Swami Vivekananda did a series of 8 classes on Raja Yoga. And on one of them, he gives people some advice on how to meditate, especially at the beginning when the mind is really all over the place. And since a lot of folks have asked me for this kind of advice or this kind of teaching, I thought what better way to do it than to read it to you directly from the mouth of Swami Vivekananda. So try this exercise out and see how it works after a while. Let me know in the comments. The easiest way to get hold of the mind is to sit quiet and let it drift where it will for a while. Hold fast to the idea, I am the witness watching my mind. The mind is not I. Then see it, think it, as if it were a thing entirely apart from yourself. Identify yourself with God, never with matter or with the mind. Picture the mind as a calm lake stretched out before you, and the thoughts that come and go as bubbles rising and breaking on its surface. Make no effort to control the thoughts, but watch them and follow them in imagination as they float away. This will gradually lessen the circles, for the mind ranges over wide circles of thought, and those circles widen out into ever-increasing circles, as in a pond when we throw a stone into it. We want to reverse this process, and starting with a huge circle, make it narrower until at last we can fix the mind on a single point and make it stay there. Hold to the idea, I am not the mind. I see that I am thinking. I am watching my mind act. And each day, the identification of yourself with thought and feeling will grow less, until at last you can entirely separate yourself from the mind and actually know it to be apart from yourself. So this wonderful idea of not identifying yourself by what is thought in the mind. We have this wrong idea, wrong thinking, that our thoughts belong to us and that they have something to do with us and that we actually produce these thoughts and that we can actually learn something from these thoughts. And as you go in and do this process, you learn several things. One, that you're not in control of your thinking directly, that every single thought that you have follows the previous thought. You cannot create an original thought that's unrelated to the previous thought. So this mind of ours is really just an organ that excretes thought in much the same way as a sweat gland secretes sweat. And so we learn to observe the mind, and just that act of observance makes you aware that if I can observe it, I am not it, that it does not identify me. And when you see that these thoughts just follow their own pattern, it's easy or easier to let go and to not be concerned with what they're thinking or what they're saying or what they're communicating, that you just let them be what they are, separate and apart from you, meaningless to you, unconnected to you, just something to be observed. And the amazing thing that you find in that is an incredible freedom from this anxiety of what's to come and regrets for what's past, because a silent mind has no time in it. It has no causation in it. There's a real sense of freedom there. And so we want to watch the mind and not try and silence it, because trying to silence the mind or making an effort to change the mind is like jumping into a swimming pool to calm the waves. If you're in the pool, you can't calm those waves. And so if you're in the mind thinking and using it as a calculation or an effort on your part, you can't calm the mind that way. That disturbs mind. Mind is disturbed with any thought of the particular, me and mine, and are the two most adverse things to a calm mind. So when he says identify yourself with God, well, identify yourself with the self, the soul that's within you, which is God. And the nature of that self is pure love and pure wisdom. And so the idea is identify yourself with this unchanging absolute within, whose nature is steady love and steady wisdom, steady being. Identify yourself there, and that way the things that change, which is the mind and the senses and the outside world, you can't build on those things because they're constantly changing, they're constantly in flux. So if your happiness is dependent on a state of mind, well, good luck. If your happiness is dependent on a state of comfort in the body, well, good luck, you know, because those things are constantly changing and you're constantly having to run after your fulfillment, which never comes. And so by identifying with an unchanging part of yourself, the observer, the witness within, and becoming aware of your nature as pure love as it unfolds and a pure wisdom that's infinite and spontaneously available to you, there's a great deal of peace, a great deal of equanimity in your life at that point. And you're not easily disturbed by the changes around you in life. And you'll find a deep well of love that will supply you an infinite amount of love to give away, an infinite amount of empathy to share, and an amazing strength to give beyond any level that you've imagined before. So jump in, find this out, practice this idea, and let me know how it goes.